Hi, we are Habibi Jeans. Introducing our team members.
Hi, my name is Irfan Kuzari bin Azman, and I'm from Labuan Matriculation College, and currently I'm studying life science. I am the team leader of Habibi Jeans.
Hello, my name is Muhammad Shafi, and I'm currently studying life science course in Labuan Matriculation College. I am one of the team members of Habibi Jeans.
Hi, I'm Nur Azim Luis, and I'm currently studying life science course at Labuan Matriculation College, and I am one of the members of Habibi Kids.
And I am team advisor Wan Hashima.
Genetic inheritance is very hard to me.
What is wrong, Vera?
Look, I'm studying genetic inheritance, and it's very hard. There are a lot of diagrams I need to remember, such as monohybrid and dihybrid. Yes, I agree with you, Vera. And there is also inheritance that doesn't even follow Mendelian inheritance, such as codominant allele and incomplete dominant allele. Right. Each diagram uses a different method. I study a lot, and it's very hard to me to understand it.
This is not just one student's problem. Our group has made a survey about student understanding towards the topic genetic inheritance, and we can conclude that most students have problems in this topic. Most of them struggle to construct genetic diagrams that vary based on their respective situation. They also have problems in understanding the terminologies used in this topic.
GeneVerse combines biology with digital technology. It uses Replit for game development, Google Forms for data collection, and Google Sheet for data analysis to evaluate the effectiveness of this learning tool. The role of technology in GeneVerse includes, first, it simplifies abstract concepts. Complex genetic topics are presented visually and in an easy-to-understand way, helping students grasp inheritance patterns quickly. Second, it increases engagement through gamification. Game elements such as quizzes, scoring, and challenges make learning interactive and fun for students. Third, it provides immediate feedback. Students can quickly identify and correct mistakes, making learning more efficient. Fourth, it supports self-study and revision. Students can access the game anytime, reinforcing their understanding beyond the classroom. Overall, technology makes learning genetics easier, more enjoyable, and more effective.
To solve this problem, we introduced GeneVerse. GeneVerse is a gamified digital learning tool designed to help students understand genetic inheritance through active learning.
GeneVerse focus on Chapter 4, Genetic Inheritance for SB015 and DB014. Its main objective are to help students to be able to improve their understanding towards genetic terminology accurately without relying solely on the rote memorization. Also, to make learning more fun and interactive.
These are the relevance of our innovation. First, it increases student engagement. Gamified lessons use game elements such as quizzes, points, and challenges, which make learning more interesting and motivate students to participate actively in class. Second, it reduces misconception. Immediate feedback in trivia game allows students to recognize and correct their mistake instantly, preventing misunderstanding from becoming long-term misconceptions.
Thirdly, it encourages active learning. Students actively think, recall, and apply knowledge while playing the game, instead of passively listening to lectures. Finally, it improves knowledge retention. Repeated exposure to questions in a fun learning environment helps students remember genetic concepts more effectively.
Now, we will discuss about the long-term use potential of our innovation. So, first, it is a sustainable learning tool for future cohorts. This game can be reused every academic year to help new batch of students learn genetic inheritance in a consistent and engaging way. Secondly, it serves as a revision and reinforcement resources. The trivia game can be used as long-term revision tool before test or examination, which helps students reinforce key concepts through repeated practice.
Next, GeneVerse also supports diverse learning styles. The invention accommodates visual, auditory, and kinesthetic learners, making it allowed for classroom experience. Finally, it is adaptable to syllabus updates. The game format allows questions to be updated or expanded, making the invention flexible for future syllabus changes or more advanced genetic topics.
Don't worry guys, let me show you GeneVerse. Maybe it can help. So now, let me teach you how to play GeneVerse.
First, the player chooses either a random mode or selects one or more subtopics in genetic inheritance. Next, the system displays an incomplete genetic diagram that the player needs to complete. Before filling in certain parts, the player must answer a conceptual question. If the answer is correct, the system provides a hint to guide the player. If the answer is incorrect, the player must rely on their own understanding to proceed.
If they answer the fill-in-the-blank question incorrectly, they'll receive tips for it.
After that, the player continues to complete the genetic diagram step by step. Once completed, the student can view their performance through the scoreboard displayed on the site, allowing them to track their progress. This helps students identify their understanding and stay motivated to improve. Through this interactive process, GeneVerse encourages active learning and helps students understand genetic inheritance more effectively.
Here are the impacts of our innovation. First, there is an improvement in student understanding from 5.58 in pre-test to 8.02 in post-test, with an overall improvement of 25%. Second, it is engaging and interactive session. From thematic analysis of the survey, we found two key themes which are effective learning and active engagement. Existing platforms like Quizzes and Kahoot focus mainly on general quizzes. Kahoot is for live, real-time quiz game that encourage competition, while Quizzes offer both live and self-paced quizzes with analytics for teachers. Neither trains students to construct genetic diagrams. GeneVerse fills this gap with a structured, interactive approach that emphasizes understanding and applying genetics concepts. GeneVerse can be used by Form 5 and Form 6 students as a self-assessment tool and by university or college lecture as a teaching aid, helping students to learn effectively and to track their progress. The platform will expand to advanced genetic topics and include features like adjustable difficulty levels, leaderboards, and adaptive learning systems to enhance both student engagement and teaching effectiveness.
GeneVerse is not just a game, but it is a biodigital learning tool that bridges complex genetic concepts with interactive technology.